Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is PWR, episode 13, and I am your solo commentator forever and always, Michael Anthony. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Let's get straight into the action with our first match of the evening, Jacob Nazzer versus Mike Bush. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to forgive you ahead of time, as if you hear some thunder and lightning picking up in my microphone, that is because it is currently raining in Orlando, Florida, with tons of thunderstorms, as you possibly heard right there, which matches the dark tone that PWR has taken over this past couple of episodes, with such events that have caused seismic changes after Thunderstruck, such as Heraldry winning the Revolution Championship and Rosa making his monumental debut. But in any case, everybody must go on with their business in PWR. Example number one, Jacob Nazzer, the 6'10", 380-pound technical giant. Of course, when he debuted in Thunderstruck against the also debuting Dillon Saber, he came up short, much to his dismay, but he appreciated the show of good wrestling, as he is an absolute wrestling purist, and didn't take too kindly to facing Ryan Gonzalez the last time we saw him in PWR 11. But tonight we're going to see him face somebody that maybe he respects a little bit more, and that's an amateur wrestling almost god, Mike Bush. Jacob Nazzer is one of those types of wrestlers who wants to do the work in the ring. He doesn't like any other style unless you are a pure wrestling style or combat sports enthusiast. Otherwise, if you're a high flyer or a hardcore wrestler, he does not like you and he will hurt you. Example A, when he faced Ryan Gonzalez and damn near killed him by back suplex releasing him onto the top rope neck first. However, we may see a little bit more of a respectful battle here, a technical and hard-hitting battle, as out comes one of the amateur wrestling coaches in Freedom High School, Coach Mike Bush. Now, this man is incredibly proficient in the amateur wrestling style. Could have very well gone to championships, could have been world famous, but he decided to stay behind and teach the younger generation of wrestlers how to be good and raise the next generation of great professional wrestlers. But here he is in this year's debut season of PWR. Anthony Paul wanted to give this man a chance at claiming some glory that he never got the chance to. And Mike Bush, last time that we saw him, absolutely dominated Mario Romero and then put on a great match against Ryan Gonzalez at New Beginning for a Interpromotional Championship #1 contendership. Of course, he came up short due to the speed and incredible reversibility by Ryan Gonzalez. But now Mike Bush is back. He's ready. School's out, so he's not training anyone in Freedom High School, and he's got tons of free time to focus on PWR. And Jacob Nazzer, if Mike Bush somehow gets the upset victory on this behemoth of a man, you could be guaranteed he's in title contendership. Now here we go. A little bit of respectful stare down, but Jacob Nazzer goes straight to the arm right away. Now look at that, big European uppercut actually stumbles Jacob Nazzer, but Mazer's actually letting Michael Bush get the advantage here. He's letting him get a few strikes on him. Jacob Mazer's, his ego's maybe getting him in the way a little bit. I'm not sure it's smart to let Mike Bush get offense, as you see right here. Mike Bush is taking the advantage. That big Russian leg sweep takes down the 6'10" giant, but look at that, he kicks out not even at one. Now, Oh, Mike Bush went for a headbutt there. Kind of a dirty move, but Jacob Nazzer just elbowed his way out now. Big leg drop to the arm, softening it up for his signature submission maneuver, the Kavavi special. Forgive me if my pronunciation is wrong. Neck crank there, and now look at this big surprise power move. Running senton flattens the smaller Mike Bush. But Mike's resiliency is quite high as he kicks out still right before 2 off that senton, telling Jacob Nazzer that he is still fresh in this match, and now wrapping the ginormous tree trunk legs around Mike Bush's head, squashing him. Just the length of his legs, it allows him to lock his foot behind Mike Bush's leg, causing more pressure, but Mike Bush gets out and responds with a neck breaker there. Now backing up Jacob Nazzer into the ropes, makes him run them. Drop toe hold, takes down Jacob Nazzer. Now look at this. Mike Bush, amateur wrestling professional, but as well versed in the catch wrestling style. Look at that knee bar. Spinning Jacob Nazzer out and slamming him head first into the mat. Now he's got the knee bar locked in tight, trying to take out the big man support, but it's just too much power for Mike Bush. Now look at this. Jacob Nazzer responds back by crushing the unpadded knee of Mike Bush. And now look at this, just absolutely battering it. Jacob Nazzer likes to usually target the arms, but if he targets any other limb, you can guarantee it's going to be hurt just as much as the arms. As you can see here, just Jacob Nazzer driving almost all 400 pounds into the inside of the knee of Mike Bush with multiple elbow drops. Now he turns him around. Now look at this interesting leg lace submission here. Also, kind of a Boston Crab with the knee on the back there. A lot of pressure on the legs, but of course even more on the back. Mike Bush trying to take out the support of Jacob Nazzer earlier, but Nazzer is just insulting him by doing the same thing to him to much more effect. Now he doesn't even let Mike Bush get out of it. He gets out of it himself. Now look at this. Back to the unpadded knee with that shin breaker there. Now Mike Bush, this is quite smart of Jacob Nazzer to keep him down and out, because Mike Bush, despite not having a lot of strength, could easily use his amateur wrestling technique to pick up and slam down the bigger Jacob Nazzer. And as you know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Big lariat takes down Jacob Nazzer. But look at that, still not even a 1. Caught Jacob out of surprise, but Jacob still has enough time to reprieve and get out of that pin. And now look at this, Mike Bush going back to the leg. Going back to Jacob Nazzer's unpadded knee. But of course that's going to be a lot harder for him to take out. Now look at this. Look at this cattle mutilation submission maneuver. Deep bridge. Really wrenching on the shoulders there. Could take out the power in Jacob Nazzer's massive arms that he uses to chop the living hell out of his opponents, but he still elbows his way out. Now look at this. Oh my God! Throwing the all of 200-pound Mike Bush into the air and landing him ribs first into his knee and just powering him around. Jacob Nazzer, though he is a technical giant, likes to throw around his opponents when he gets angered, and you can tell he is mad right now as he's doing powerbomb position on the outside. But no, Mike Bush is getting out of it. And what's he setting up for? And oh, drop kick drives him into the apron. Back first, weakening the back of the bigger opponent. And when your back's weakened and you're that tall, that spells trouble for you. And look at that, Mike Bush just wearing it down even more, throwing him multiple times into the barricade in front of the front row. And throwing him back into the ring. Mike Bush resulting more to a professional wrestling style instead of an amateur wrestling style. Big clothesline there from the top rope. Goes for the cover, and Jacob kicks out right before 3. But Mike Bush tried responding with that twisting neckbreaker, but he missed it. Now put into the corner. What's Jacob Nazzer looking for? A few punches, trying to weaken Mike Bush even more, but Mike Bush reverses it. Knee to the gut, takes down Jacob Nazzer. Jacob is in unusual trouble right now, as that big knee drop to the neck. Now he goes for the cover, but Jacob Nazzer still kicks out at 2. Now Mike Bush getting him up, going back to the leg, dropping him down. Superior technique, taking out the base of Nazzer. And now Bush has an inverted dragon sleeper. Just wrenching it on there. Nazzer could pass out from this, restricting the blood flow to his brain. And it's quite smart against a larger opponent, but Nazzer still powering his way out of it. Now look at that big arm drag, wrenching on the arm. And he transitions it into a deadlift, power slam, taking down Bush. Now he goes for the cover. And Bush still kicks out. Honestly impressed that he's still in this. You'd think there's a little bit of ring rust since it has been months since we've seen Mike Bush. But Jacob Nazzer is staying on it. And, oh geez, oh no, no, no. Oh my God! Big overhand chop. I could hear that strike from backstage. And now oh no. Oh my God! The crowd shushing everybody because they knew what was coming next. As he just caved in Mike Bush's chest with that chop. Now he puts him in the opposite corner. Oh, big running European uppercut knocks out Bush. He goes for the cover, and close to 3, but Mike Bush is still in this match. Oh geez, oh no, he's looking to flatten him. He's looking for the sit-out senton, and oh, he misses it. Mike Bush knew that would have been the end of it if he hit it, and he dodged it. Now look at this, locking in a Kamara lock. Hasn't done a whole lot of damage to Jacob Nazzer's arm, but if he twists it in the right way, he could dislocate it, and that would force Jacob Nazzer to tap out. But Nazzer knows the submission game and knows how dangerous that hold is, and he gets out of it. Now look at that big shoulder breaker. And going for another arm move, but Mike Bush gets out of it and locks in the Kamara lock again. Trying to make Jacob Nazzer tap out. But I can guarantee you that is a tough feat to do to this man. Even Dillon Saber couldn't do it. He had to do it through a roll-up. But Jacob Nazzer still gets out of the Kamara lock there. Knocks down Mike Bush with that big punch straight to the face. Punch again, backs him into the ropes. Now what's he looking for? Oh, Mike Bush gets out of it. And signature discus clothesline, but he dodges it. Oh, but Nazzer has him in sublime position. Knocks him down with the big hip maneuver. And hip splash takes down Big Mike Bush. And 1, 2, 3, that's it. Jacob Nazzer picks up his second win after Thunderstruck. I'll tell you what, Nazzer off of Thunderstruck has been incredibly impressive. I think Anthony Paul can almost ignore his surprise upset defeat against Dillon Saber, because he's defeated 2 high-caliber opponents with relative ease. An incredibly impressive showcase of Jacob Nazzer. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in title contention, possibly against Heraldry or Rob Kaman. But as you can see there, Mike Bush had him on quite a few occasions. We cannot discount the coach Mike Bush's offensive maneuvers, but in the end it was just too much for Mike Bush. Although you cannot turn a blind eye to this impressive capitalizing moment when he got out of the powerbomb position and drop-kicked Jacob Nazzer into the apron, back first. But then, not too long after, Jacob Nazzer was straight back onto the offense, and it was spelling the beginning of the end for Mike Bush. Especially when he landed that absolutely sickening chop. And another one. This is why he's called Bezbozhna Reka, the unholy hand. And when Mike Bush almost had it, Nazzer had it scouted, and the ultimate GG ends with a ginormous sit-out splash, absolutely flattening Mike Bush. Now Jacob Nazzer has picked up his second victory off of Thunderstruck in absolutely dominating fashion. Tell you what, not only do people in PWR have to look out, but so do they in True One Pro. They better be watching this man very closely. That was a great starting match to the night. However, let's roll on with the action with a match that was supposed to happen in PWR 11. Gunnar versus Dillon Saber. Technical submission battle coming up next. Now this was a match that was supposed to happen in PWR 11, and as you may know, that match ended up not happening at all, because as Dillon Saber was entering out first, Lido Deck hellaciously attacked Dillon Saber. So bad that he wedged a chair around his head and then leg dropped it. That could have damn near ended his career, but luckily he came out okay. There was no neck injuries, and he was ready to go back into wrestling in just a few weeks. Of course, it's been 5 to 6 weeks since that episode happened, so Dillon Saber is very well cleared. But last time we saw Dillon Saber was last episode interrupting Lido Deck. But I talked to Dillon Saber backstage, and he says he just wants to focus on this match tonight against Gunnar, as you see right there. In this match, we could see a technical stalemate, ladies and gentlemen, as they are both leg-orientated wrestlers. Especially Gunnar. Gunnar having gotten advantages on people like Tamor and Killian Walker when they were feuding with him and Jared Jackson, which caused them to form the tag team Gunnar and JJ. But Gunnar is looking to get some single success right now and possibly get himself in line for a title contendership, as he's about to face this man right here, the Buffalonian Dillon Saber. Now, a lot of people question why his nickname is the Buffalonian. That's because he hails from upstate New York, Buffalo, New York to be specific, and he loves the place and has tons of things inspired by Buffalo, New York, including his submission maneuvers and signature finishers, such as his spinning brainbuster, La Nova, which is named off of a pizza place exclusive to Buffalo, New York. And now, thinking about it, talking about upstate New York, he does have tons of things in common with the Lido Deck. They are both from upstate New York. They both are the same exact height, skin color, and voice. And they're very similar, which is very uncanny. And maybe that's why Lido Deck is attacking Dillon Saber. We don't know for sure. But in any case, let's put those differences aside and focus on this sure-to-be amazing wrestling match. As you can see right here, going straight into the chain wrestling ability here of both men. Gunnar turning that armbar into his own armbar, now wrenches it and gets off. Going back straight to the collar elbow tie-up. Goes into a headlock, but now Gunnar backing him up to the ropes. Makes him run them, drop down, leapfrog, and another leapfrog. He's just playing some mind games with Dillon Saber. trying to get in the head of him, and that's part of the game, as not only is it a physically technical battle, it's a mentally technical battle. And as you see right here, Dillon Saber does the same exact thing, telling him it doesn't bother him. And now look at that big forearm strike. But Gunnar, veteran experience here, taking down Dillon Saber right away and working right away onto that leg. Now Gunnar's signature submission maneuver is a rolling knee bar that he calls the Army Roll knee bar, as he is, as you can tell, a veteran from the Army. Now look at that, straight off just a few moves to the legs. Stump puller submission lock here, locking it in tight, putting his knee all the way up to his collarbone. Could really stretch out that hamstring and force him to tap, but Dillon Saber, too intelligent, gets out of it. But Gunnar just goes straight back to the leg, staying on top of Dillon Saber. This game is absolutely going to be a game of chess here, as you see inverted figure 4 lock here. Locking it in, really wrenching on that knee, softening it up for the knee bar. But of course, Dillon Saber finding his way out of it right away. A submission maneuver he is quite familiar with. Now look at this. Multiple strikes to the legs, and a big knee strike stumbles Gunnar. And now look at this flurry of strikes. Impressive combination from Dillon Saber, and follows up with a dragon screw, and just flat out slams his leg against the mat. And just within an instant, just like chess, Dillon Saber is on the advantage, as he makes sure he stays down with that big kick to the jaw. Now look at this, driving in his elbow multiple times into the inside of the knee. Dillon Saber's finisher, on the other hand, for his finishing submission maneuver, is called the anchor bar. It's like a standing knee bar almost that twists his opponent's leg in such an unnatural way that he doesn't even really need to work down his opponent's legs, because he could snap their legs with the anchor bar. But of course, doing this ensures that a submission victory is much more easy. Now, Gunnar takes him down with that big leg trip there. You can see it's done a lot of damage to the knee. And he sets up for it again, takes him down. Catching Dillon Saber by surprise, but Saber intelligently rolls out of the ring, trying to get out of harm's way. But Gunnar, calculated and technical, runs to the outside with a running drop kick to the knee. And at this point, it's going to be hard for Dillon Saber to even stand, which doesn't bode well for when he's trying to lock in the anchor bar, as that is a standing submission. Now he's beckoning for Dillon Saber to get up. He likes to go high flying sometime. Look at that front roll X Factor. Takes down Dillon Saber. Now he goes for the cover, and Dillon Saber kicks out at 2. Now he goes straight into the headlock again. Now Dillon Saber has only had one match official in PWR so far, and that was in Thunderstruck when he defeated Jacob Nazzer with that impressive upset roll-up. But now, since it's been over 10 weeks since that's happened, he needs to pick up his momentum once again, and that means this win is quite important for him, especially with the likes of Lido Deck lurking around him, seeing him as a target. Now look at this, working the arms of Gunnar, wrenching in that cross arm bar. Now he lets go and puts it back in with even more pressure. And this is a very intelligent game. It looks like he may be just letting go and putting it back on, but the advantages of that means that Gunnar cannot effectively lock in his arms to keep Dillon Saber from locking on the cross arm bar. Of course, Gunnar knows the technique, and he gets out of it by just pounding in Dillon Saber's face with his fists. Now look at that, Dillon Saber spins out of that by grabbing the arm that he's been weakening. Now he's going straight back to the legs, mixing up his offense. Knee bar, but Gunnar gets straight out of it right away, knowing how much damage that effective knee bar is going to do. Now look at this big bridging German suplex Beautiful bridge, but the pin was not enough as Gunnar was able to kick out right before 3. Now he's getting Gunnar back up. He's got him by the back of the neck. I think he knows he's got him at his mercy. Kicking in the leg, kicking it again. Now look at this. Another similarity that he has with the Lido deck is he interestingly uses the same leg stomp and leg kick combination that Lido does. Of course, with a small variation, which is ending with this. Just draping his leg over the ropes and a big shoulder tackle to the hamstring. Absolutely destroying the leg of Gunnar there. Now he goes for the cover, but only a 1. Of course, that was upper body strength that allowed him to kick out, not his legs. As his legs are almost unusable at this point. Kick to the leg again, just absolutely battering that right knee. And oh geez, oh this is gonna look nasty, oh my god! Dropping the knee on the inside of it, driving the kneecap, and oh, big drop kick for even extra measure to the inside of the leg. Dillon Saber is almost cerebral in his calculatedness. And now look at that impressive transition into an inverted figure 4 lock, even tighter than the figure 4 lock that Gunnar had locked on. And even harder to escape, as you can see there, both feet in sublime position, rather than being locked in between the legs. But Gunnar knows how to get out of it. Impressive reversal to it, honestly. Now he's got him. Look at this. Transition it into a heel hold. An Achilles tendon lock. Targeting another part of the leg, making it harder for him to even stand. And now he locks it in even tighter, because he knew his grip wasn't tight enough. And now look at this. Elbow and knee locked together right around that heel. That could easily tear ligaments right in the leg. Dillon has absolutely nowhere to go. He's trapping his leg right there with his foot right behind his knee. But Dillon Saber just turns his hips and gets out of it. Now look at this. Just takes advantage of the stunned Gunnar with that tilt-a-whirl DDT. Taking down Gunnar. And now Dillon Saber has him stunned. He can do a plethora of things, and he responds with a big sliding forearm to the face of Gunnar, and he goes for the cover. And no, he kicks out right before 3. Now he's softening up the arm. He does have a plethora of other submission maneuvers, namely his cross-face chicken wing that he calls the cross-face buffalo wing. Now look at this. Look at this impressive hybrid maneuver. Arm lock Russian leg sweep, landing him right on the forearm. Now Gunnar has mostly only been working on Dillon Saber's legs, but Dillon Saber working on both arms and legs, as you can see here with this bridging Fujiwara arm bar. Good lord, he's wrenching it so far he could pop it straight out of the socket. Good lord, all, like, the entire body weight of Dillon Saber put into the force. But look at that. Gunnar gets out of it with a crucifix roll-up, and now big sliding leg sweep to the front of his shins. Now he waits for him to get up. Gunnar, multiple strikes to the leg and a knee strike of his own. And even more leg kicks. Takes down Dillon Saber. And the game of chess continues. But there has yet to be a checkmate. Now look at this. Puts him into the corner. Puts him into the opposite corner. Disorientating him by throwing him around. A big knee strike takes down Dillon Saber. He puts him in the corner again. And yet another takes down Dillon Saber. Now what is Gunnar doing? He's going to the outside while he's got Dillon Saber down. I don't know why he's not staying on him. He's removing the steel steps. What is he looking to do here? Of course, if he uses those steps, that is an automatic disqualification, but I don't think I need to tell you that. What is he looking for here? Seems to be setting up some sort of maneuver revolving around the ring post, clearing the steel steps for the way, but what is he looking to do? He takes him down. He's dragging him by the foot. What is he looking? Oh no. This is a thicker ring post than normal. This is going to hurt a lot. Oh, jeez. Figure 4 leg lock right around the thick ring post. Could tear almost everything in the leg of Dillon Saber. Incredibly nasty maneuver there. Now he puts Dillon Saber back into the ring. I think maybe it's time for him to call for the end. Now Irish whip. And stuns him with the arm trapped neck breaker. Now Gunnar getting the right position. And look at that army roll knee bar. He's got it locked in. He's got it locked in after the figure 4 leg lock around the ring post. This should be relatively easy for Dillon Saber to tap out, but Dillon needs this victory. Oh, geez, look at the way his leg is turned around. That is absolutely unnatural. The way that Gunnar's got his legs locked, it is almost impossible to get out of this when you are locked in. But Dillon Saber crying in agony, but look at that, spins his way out of it. Now look at this. Oh, he's got him. He's got him. He's got him for the anchor bar. Look at the way his heel is pointing upwards. That is sickening. That is sickening how tight that hold is, but I don't think he can get all of the pressure he wants to due to the amount of damage he's taken to his own legs. And this is a standing maneuver, so it's harder for him to put all the pressure he wants to. But he's got locked in tight, and Gunnar is going nowhere. Neither is Dillon Saber. Just look at the way his leg is turned. But now Dillon Saber lets go because he realizes he can't submit Gunnar like this. Now look at this. Oh, I think he's looking for it. Just to incapacitate him. He hits Lanova. Lanova has been hit. 1, 2, 3. And Dillon Saber picks up the victory against Gunnar. Impressive victory for Dillon Saber, proving that he is possibly the best submission artist in PWR right now, as not only has he defeated Jacob Nazzer, who is quite possibly the best technical giant in the wrestling business, but he's beaten Gunnar, another incredibly impressive leg-based submission artist. Of course, he did not make him submit, unfortunately. He has not won a match through submission yet. He has had to resort to a surprise maneuver that was breaking out the first time we've seen it, Lanova. As you saw there, that impressive combination, wearing down Gunnar's legs, but Gunnar took the advantage with that calculated maneuver there, running all the way around the ring, drop kicking him with all the momentum in the world. But of course, Dillon Saber had him one-upped by not only targeting the legs, but also the arms. As you can see here, this triple wrenched cross arm bar, wrenching it and reapplying it 3 separate times. Then, of course, locking in that knee bar. Gunnar knew that he was in trouble, so he got out of it as quickly as he could. But Gunnar was not expecting that to happen. That's when Dillon Saber got quick advantage with this. With this impressive 3-move combination, ending it with that big shoulder block to the inside of the knee. And looking at even more highlights of this match, there's a lot of them due to the nature of this match being a technical battle. As you saw that brutal stomp to the inside of the knee. Just absolutely picking apart Gunnar. I'd almost say he picked him apart even more effectively than Gunnar did, but then Gunnar pulled this out. Incredibly innovative and smart maneuver. Locking in the figure 4 leg lock on the steps too, so he could have even more leverage. Just look at the way his legs twist around that thick ring post. But when Dillon Saber tried locking in the anchor bar, Gunnar ultimately wore down his legs too much. So he had to resort to hitting his spinning brainbuster he calls La Nova. Now Dillon Saber gets an impressive victory. And you gotta wonder, Lido Deck is watching closely, especially after PWR 12 when he was hunting for him. Now that he knows that he's in the building, I bet Dillon Saber's in a lot of trouble. Well, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we have the Proving Grounds match for tonight. That's right, Rob Kaman, our world champion, has returned after Thunderstruck. And he's doing it against Dream, and if Dream wins, he gets a title shot in the future. Let's go to the ring right now. That's right, he's back and in flying colors. After Thunderstruck, after his brutal match with the Lido Deck, taking dozens of knees to the face that were seemingly way more brutal than they have before. He has sustained a concussion off of Thunderstruck, and he was advised to stay away from competition for the past 2 episodes. Luckily, we got him to be convinced to stay off of the cards, but now that he's back, it's back to the grind, and that's what Rob Kaman's all about. Our prestigious world champion, holding his first world championship he has ever held. It means a lot to him, and he will continue to put as much prestige as he can with these continual Proving Grounds matches. But of course, he has to think about his future, as at Firewall, he's facing somebody we never thought we'd be seeing in PWR, and that's Christopher T. Rosa. As last episode, in case you didn't see it, in the #1 contendership gauntlet match, Rosa attacked Dead Zone, took him out, and then went on to defeat Robert Martyr in the finals of the gauntlet match. And he wasn't done there. Not only did he just pick up the #1 contendership, but he went on to kill another opponent. Well, metaphorically kill another opponent. That is Lido Deck Backstage. Rosa is here and he's on a mission, and it seems that it's just a footnote for him to get that world title, and that is scary for everybody, including Rob Kaman. But Kaman, it's not in his nature to be scared, as he's not going to back down from Rosa. And of course, he's not going to back down from this opponent, Dream. Here comes out the young, emphatic wrestler, wrestling in New Beginning for the Fatal 4-Way #1 contender in a promotional title match. And wait, oh, what the hell? What the hell? That's Rosa! What is Rosa doing? Kaman watching from afar, but Christopher T. Rosa's just randomly taking out Dream right now. Doing exactly what Rob Kaman said that he is doing, and that's just being a bully. Sending a message to Rob Kaman right now ahead of Firewall. We're only 2 episodes away. And Dream getting back up, and oh geez, come on. Somebody get Christopher T. Rosa out of here. He's not scheduled for tonight. He shouldn't even be in the building right now. But Rosa just beating the living hell out of this young wrestler for no good reason. Oh geez, what is he setting up for? Oh no. No, don't do this. Oh my god, Furioso Bomb on the LED ramp to Dream. Sending a glimpse into the future for Rob Kaman, but Kaman's had enough and he's running up the ramp to Rosa. But Rosa, like the absolute coward he is, he's running away. Good Lord. What an absolutely despicable, horrible thing to do, to dream. He was not involved in this at all. You didn't need to do this. Came in irate at this. Checking to see if Dream's okay, but despite that happening, we have to move on with the episode. As up next, we're about to see two hard hitters, Bash Corvair versus Heraldry. We'll get to that in just a few moments. Alright, that's enough. You tried ending my career. I cost you a world title shot in a gauntlet match. I'm done with these petty attacks, okay? I'm a wrestler, not a fighter. I just want to wrestle. Is that too much to ask for? Yes, you stain of existence. You can't exist, especially in the same promotion as I do. I don't even know what you're talking about. Look, listen. Before we go and start beating the shit out of each other even more, why don't we just calm down and talk, okay? Why do you want to hurt me? If I explained it to you, it would cause far more issues than it would resolve. It is much more simple for me to just end your career and ensure you don't exist in this wrestling world. Why? I just said I can't explain it. Look, I'm posing no threat to you. I just interrupted your match with Slade to get even with you. I don't prefer to resolve stuff that way. I love this sport. I'd rather solve this in the ring. You know, much like you're doing with Rosa. Instead of just attacking him back, you issued the challenge for the Great War in the main event. So clearly you share the same philosophy as me. So why do you insist on attacking me? Because you're... It would be simpler to take you out, but I can't argue with that. You've got me there. Exactly. So listen here, Leto. It seems like your manifest destiny, quote-unquote, has a certain set of rules that you abide by. Pinning and defeating someone, or at least, as far as I can tell, means that you've effectively eliminated them. So let me issue a challenge for you. It's going to solve both of our problems here. I am a technical, sports-orientated professional wrestler, okay? You can claim to be the king of wrestling, but acting like this doesn't prove it. So how about we resolve this in the ring? At PWR Firewall, you, me, one-on-one, one fall to a finish, pin, submission, whatever. If I win, you have to explain to me why you hate me and why you're attacking me. And if I win, I don't know, I'll leave you alone. How does that sound? I mean, you would have eliminated me already, so I don't see a plausible reason for either of us to acknowledge each other's existence after the match. Deal? Alright, fine. Deal. Oh! I don't need this stipulation, Saber. Because at Firewall, your career is done for. I'm not just going to eliminate you with a pin, or submission, or by technical knockout. I am going to end you. And my manifest destiny will be cleared of the blemish that is your existence. Well, that was strange to say the least. Never heard those two speak to each other before, but it is uncanny how similar they are. And we just need to find out just what the hell is happening between Dillon, Saber, and Leto Deck, and we may as well find that out at Firewall, as we just saw and just heard announced that they are going to have a match. But in any case, let's move on to this match right now, as you see Bash Corvair coming down to the ring. This big, burly, pure professional wrestler likes to take off people's heads with lariats. And last time we saw him, it's been a while since we've seen him, but we haven't seen him face somebody quite like Heraldry. You hear the ominous accordion and the threatening dark heavy metal guitar strum as you see our new Revolution champion, the Revenant Knight, Heraldry, walk down the ring. It's like staring in the eyes of Death, who we technically have seen on our YouTube before. It's a long story, but Heraldry is basically the human representation of Death. This man is completely unstoppable. We have not seen him lose a singles match here in this promotion. He's defeated such people like Rashad Wyatt in his debut. At Thunderstruck, he defeated Orion James to win a title match that he then won against Robert Martyr for the then Interpromotional Championship, now the Revolution Championship. Is an unstoppable, muscular tank of a man. And it's going to be impossible to take that title around his waist off of him. But here we go. Bash Corvair might give him a good run for his money in this match, this non-title match. As we see them stare down each other, about the same size and weight. And now look at this big running lariat, but it doesn't take down Heraldry. He just absorbs it like the discus lariats he's taken from Robert Martyr. Now look at this. Rebounds off the ropes, and oh, big clothesline of his own. Also doesn't take down Bash Corvair. And another one to Heraldry. Now look at this. Setting up, rebounding off the ropes himself, but he ducks under it. Ducks under his own lariat. Now Heraldry Irish whips him, and big axe bomb takes down Bash Corvair. Impressive trade of clotheslines and lariats. This could be like two titans clashing against each other. Both 6'4" and around 260 pounds. And oh my god, big lariat. Absolutely bounces Heraldry off the mat. And now he goes for the cover. And Bash Corvair is giving Heraldry an absolute run for his money right now. Nice gone sing up, goes into a chin lock here. Wrenching it. Bash Corvair is actually close friends with the deadbeat devil, the former champion Robert Martyr. Now it's a little bit odd to see Heraldry go from Robert to Bash Corvair. You can maybe see a sense of vengeance from Bash tonight, as he is just wearing down Heraldry. I've never seen Heraldry absolutely manhandled like this. Now he's got him in a torture rack, destroying the back of Heraldry, just carrying him around like an absolute child. But now Heraldry, powering his way out of it, hops out of the torture rack position. Now look at this, just clubbing him down with those kicks and clubbing blows to the back. Heraldry is an absolute power game. As you can see here, going into a neck crank here, just trying to take Bash Corvair's head off of his shoulders the hard way. Just wrenching on it, jeez, and just puts him back down, doesn't even let him get out of it. A big elbow drop. Straight into the heart of Bash Corvair. Now it goes for the cover. Just a 2 count. And misses the knee strike to the back there. Now look at this. Bash Corvair's got him up. Big bear hug here, wearing down the back of Heraldry. In addition to absolutely decapitating people with lariats and clotheslines, Bash Corvair plays the powerful technical game of wearing down people's backs. But Heraldry gets out of it. And oh, Jesus Christ! A big boot just absolutely turned Bash Corvair inside out. Now, Heraldry's got him against the ropes. Oh, jeez. Oh, we've seen this from him before. Just, oh, God, caving in the chest of Bash Corvair with these clubbing blows. And, oh, God, just clocks him in the ear with that right hand. Heraldry now in firm control of this match, and he goes for the cover. But Bash Corvair kicks out. Now Heraldry getting Bash up, and oh, just clubs him in the back of the neck. Heraldry likes to do some of his power moves and threes, in particular power slams and power bombs, as I like to mention in almost every match, because that is something you could be on the lookout for. Now he's got Bash Corvair up, going for another clubbing blow, but Bash scouts it and gets out of it. Now look at this, multiple punches to the face, backing up Heraldry. Hardened striker here, with just one good right hand, almost knocks out Heraldry. Massive heavyweight battle here. Went for the clothesline in the corner, but he misses. Going for the choke bomb, but Bash's only way out is to claw his eyes, and he does that. Now he takes him down with multiple punches to the face. Heraldry rolling to the outside. Bash. Oh, not a good position for Heraldry as he gets decapitated with a clothesline. Bash Corvair hyping up the crowd. Running around the ring with all that momentum, taking out Heraldry. Now he puts him back in the ring. Now look at this. Another power-based submission with this beast bite. Trapping the arms, wrenching the shoulders, and trapping the neck there. But Heraldry has never submitted once before, and he gets out of it. And now look at that, just a chop to the throat. Takes down Bash Corvair. He follows up with a elbow drop for extra measure. Now look at this. A dangerous position for Heraldry to be in. Second rope leg drop, but it misses. Now Bash Corvair, he's got him. Having weakened the back quite a lot already. Doing it even more here with two big back break drops. And follows up with a smooth scoop slam, but a hard landing for Heraldry. And yet another to the Revenant Knight. Bash Corvair now looking for a gut-wrench suplex, but look at that, Heraldry flips his way out of it. He turns around. Oh, he's got him up, deadlift position. Absolute power. Slamming him down. Insane strength. Probably the strongest human being on this roster. Just look at that. He's carrying him around like a child. Tossing him around. Power slam in the corner. And back into the ring. And now he goes for the cover on the heavyweight. And Bash Corvair kicks out. What does Heraldry have to do? I think he's looking for a double-edged sword. That is absolutely what he's setting up for. Spinning around, but he dodges it. Bash Corvair dodges the double-edged sword. Now he's got him suplex position. Falcon Arrow takes down Heraldry. dragging him into the middle of the ring and just kicking in the back. I've never seen Heraldry take this much punishment from somebody. Neither have I seen him face somebody so equal into size and power. But look at that, spins around and out, and now look at this, just catching him and slapping the ever-living hell out of Bash Corvair, and yet again knocks down Bash Corvair. Oh, big chop to the neck of Bash. Now he turns him around. He's down by the neck. Puts him in the corner. Clubbing blow to the face. Shoulder block. And just wearing down Bash Corvair. Slowing it down more to his pace. Just slow brutality. Now he puts him in the corner. And runs at him, but no! Bash Corvair gets out of it. Oh! Takes him down with another running lariat. Goes for the cover. And Heraldry still kicks out. Impressive resiliency from this monster of a man. Now look at this. Oh, just back elbow strikes to the back of the head. Just, oh, unprotected shots. Wearing down. And it doesn't matter what size you are. If you take a good elbow strike to the side of the ear, you are going to be knocked out and knocked silly for a long time. You can tell that's what Bash Corvair is aiming to do here. Just more elbow strikes to the head. Just resulting to this dirty, brawling style. But look at that, just sits up like an absolute zombie and takes out with one hell of his own lariat. Heraldry feeling tons of pain in his head, but powering through it. Like the dead man that he is. Now he's getting Bash Corvair up. He's got him by the neck. Puts him back into the corner. Knocks him down. Vintage Heraldry spot here. That's right, he's setting up for the cannonball, but no, he misses. Now Heraldry spins him out with that arm drag. He does it yet again. Got him on his knee, and oh, kneeling clothesline. Takes down Heraldry. He goes for the cover, but Heraldry still kicks out. Now he runs at him, and oh, big knee strike to the face of the seated Heraldry. Heraldry almost in an unconscious state off of that knee strike and all those elbow strikes earlier on. Now he's got him, oh, just trapping him with the lariats. The absolute master of lariats and clotheslines in PWR. Bash Corvair, and hits the third one. Ref backing up. Bash Corvair from Heraldry. A whole lot of damage has been sustained to our champion. And of course, you gotta think, if Bash Corvair picks up the victory, this could mean a possible Revolution title shot. Now look at this, dropping down, elbow drop, but it misses. And double-edged sword from out of nowhere takes out Bash Corvair, and that's all she wrote. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm straining my voice tonight, especially in this insane battle of the Titans, as these two big heavyweight wrestlers threw it all on the mat tonight, especially with this trade of clotheslines, trying to knock down both men. Heraldry got the advantage in the end. But of course, Bash Corvair isn't too far behind, as he just took him out with that lariat. And for a long time, Bash Corvair had the advantage on our Revolution champion. And you gotta think Anthony Paul has to take that into consideration for a possible title shot in the future. As you saw here, Heraldry started to pick up his game once again once he picked up Bash Corvair like an absolute child and power slammed him. And then, following the rule of threes, hit him with 2 more big power slams, one in the corner and one straight back to the mat. And followed up, beating Bash Corvair in the striking game with those big jaw grip slaps. But Bash Corvair got straight back in the advantage when he reversed that cannonball into the corner. And he continued to get the advantage when he hit this insane running lariat to the kneeling Bash Corvair, damn near killing him. But of course, this was a fatal flaw when he tried going high flying and only got hit with a surprise double axe handle, double-edged sword. And Heraldry, with absolute hot momentum, going into Firewall, our Revolution champion, who will face whoever wins this next match. That's right, it's time for our main event, the Revolution Championship #1 contendership match. Wayne Watson goes on against Aaron Slade. Let's take you to the ring for that just now. Now, everyone here knows why Aaron Slade is in this match, but allow me to recap why Wayne Watson has been placed into this match for those of you who don't quite know. We have not seen Wayne Watson for quite a long time, for quite a few episodes. And the last time we saw him, however, he defeated our current world champion, Rob Kaman, in a Proving Grounds match, and then almost defeated him for the world title. So that alone gives him credentiation enough for a second chance for the Revolution Championship. And now Wayne Watson is an incredibly impressive wrestler. As you can see there, he is one half the leader of the Rebel Society, but he is not here with Jake, because he has gone to PWR to find himself some single success. As in UCW, he has faced a former world champion, Colby Jordan, for the title, and he was very close to defeating him. But Anthony Paul wanted to give this man a shot at some singles success because we think he is more than deserving of it. That is why he is here tonight, to face somebody who just recently, if not his entire career, just recently proved that he is worthy of a title shot. Last episode in the Gauntlet match, he started the Gauntlet match, and he went on all the way to the 4th match of the Gauntlet. He defeated not only Chase, not only DJ, but he defeated Chase, DJ, and Lito Deck. That is an impressive portfolio to have in just one night of wrestling. But of course, he came up short when he faced Robert Martyr in the Gauntlet match, as he had gone through 3 long, intense battles and had been in the Gauntlet match for nearly 40 minutes. It wasn't quite long for Robert Martyr to get the drop on Aaron Slade. It was an incredibly heartbreaking moment. But Anthony Paul thinks he's deserving more than anybody of this second chance. Now here we go. It's been 3 weeks since episode 12, but look at that, Aaron Slade going straight into it in an act of desperation and wanting to capitalize on the moment. Hits Wayne Watson with a Luthez press and a bunch of punches to the face to wear him down. Now he's going right off the bat, went for a super kick, but Wayne Watson takes him down with his own punches. These two going intense right away, because these two both want to capitalize on the opportunity. Slade having sustained possibly some injuries, but it's been 3 weeks. He's maybe healed up, we don't know. And oh geez, big forearm takes down Wayne Watson. Now drop down and a leapfrog, and Wayne Watson takes him down with the big back elbow. Now he gets him up. Irish whip to the ropes. Look at this. Tilt-a-whirl slam, falling from a large height face first, and misses the following up knee strike by tripping him. And oh, look at that knee strike of his own. Oh, big double boot stomp, and now he's following up with a new combo that he learned how to do from the last episode, but he misses the finishing sliding forearm. Now look at this. Wayne Watson goes for his own clothesline, but he ducks under it. Now Slade misses a cross body. Wayne, forearm strikes, misses the second one though. Now forearm strikes of his own, runs to the ropes, but Wayne isn't too far behind. Clothesline over the top takes out both men. Now Slade may be finding himself in too familiar territory, but the problem is Wayne is a fresh man. He hasn't wrestled in PWR for months at this point, while Aaron Slade wrestled just 3 weeks ago for 40 minutes. So it's quite possible that he is just being taken out. And now Wayne Watson is going to take the victory with the count out, because now we're at a count of 6 and Slade is barely up. Slade feeling the pain, but he's got to push through. He's got to have all that heart and passion to get his second chance for the Revolution Championship. And he gets in right before 10. But Wayne Watson is straight back onto it. Spine buster. Takes him down. And this has got to be a guaranteed 3 count, but it's not. It's only been just a few minutes in this match, and it's already intense. And look at that. Wayne Watson finishes the forearm strike combo that he was trying to do earlier. Just knocking down Slade. Wayne Watson tends to be a very sadistic wrestler sometimes, and once he knows that he has his opponent at his own mercy, he is absolutely merciless. Now he's got Slade dragging him around because he knows he's practically knocked out cold. Wayne Watson is going to enjoy this a little bit. Good Lord. Sickening elbow strikes to the back of the head. Takes down Aaron Slade. He puts him into the upper left corner this time. Repeating those sickening elbow strikes to the side of the head. He's just going to incapacitate Aaron Slade and pick up the victory on a limp Slade. Just look at that. Just, oh my God. Things are not looking good for Slade right now. He has so much heart. He has so much passion after returning to wrestling. He has been in such the downward spiral of momentum. But now Slade is trying to pick it up back again. And he will not let Wayne Watson be a dream crusher, as he takes him down with a clothesline to the back of the head. Now he turns him around. Slade barely able to go at a very quick pace due to a possible rib injury, maybe even a concussion from last episode. But we don't know, because he refused to report to the doctors because he wants to be able to still wrestle, even if he's injured. Now he misses the Stinger Splash, and Spine Buster yet again from Wayne Watson. That has to be a 3, but no, Slade is still in this. Now look at Slade, oh my God. Slade unintelligently sat back up straight into a penalty kick. And, oh my God. Slade almost throwing his own health out of the window just so he can get this title shot. His former glory is incredibly important to himself. To be able to regain it But Wayne Watson needs this title shot himself. So he is not letting him move as he's got this impressive Mudo lock here. But Aaron Slade gets out of it. Now Slade. The momentum's back in his corner. And oh my God, cold cocks him with that forearm. Goes for the cover. But Wayne Watson still kicks out. Wayne Watson is definitely at an advantage in this match. Hasn't wrestled for months. But Slade has just wrestled only 3 weeks ago. But Wayne Watson doesn't care about the injuries that Slade has sustained. Now an Irish whip. And look at this. Oh, geez, another tilt-a-whirl slam. Now he's got him again. Puts him against the ropes again. Now what's he looking for? Oh, he's got the spine buster again, but no, Slade reversed it this time with a jumping DDT. He goes for the cover. But Wayne Watson kicks out. And Slade is picking up the pace a little bit as he takes advantage when he sat back up with that front flip neck breaker. Now he's got him. Irish whip to the ropes, or to the corner. Big forearm strike takes him down. He follows up with a knee strike to the face. Now Slade dragging him over to the middle of the ring. Slowing down the pace in his own favor. Trying to sustain his own energy so he's able to continue throughout this match at full pace. Just wearing down Watson very slowly now with impactful moves that don't cost too much energy, such as that knee strike and this big knee drop. He goes for the cover. And just a 2 count. Now Wayne Watson gets sit back up and oh, he just gets a knee strike straight to the back. And another one straight to the back. Slade, you can see the effects of all that's been happening to him as of late. Now look at this. Spinning him around. He's got him trapped against the ropes and he's just going to pound on him with some strikes to the chest and kicks to the chest. Slade, I don't think it's smart to put some distance between him and Watson. He has to stay on him. Because this small powerhouse will take advantage right here. As you saw, he's possibly going for a Slade blade. But Watson just takes him out with that big shoulder block. Watson visibly smaller than Slade, but so much more powerful. Now he's beckoning for him to get back up. And oh, misses a clothesline. Now Slade. It's a big Slade blade. Goes for the cover off the Slade blade. And Watson kicks out. Still in this match. And remember what's on the line tonight. Whoever wins this match goes on to Firewall to face Heraldry for the Revolution Championship. Now Watson slowly getting up. And look at this. Oh, went for a moonsault type maneuver, but Watson sidesteps it. And Slade lands really hard on the mat. Now look at this. Belly-to-belly suplex crushes Aaron Slade. And no, Slade still kicks out. For those of you who don't know, which isn't many. Oh, look at this. He's going for another cover. Watson is in absolute disbelief. Kind of a short temper with Slade right now. Now, oh geez, look at this. Just brutal, dirty strikes. Now, for those of you who don't know, Wayne Watson is incredibly proficient in the MMA style. So everything that you see is very technical and calculated and all aimed to incapacitate his opponent. Because that's what he knows most, suplexes and brutality. That big knee drop to the back. With the arm trapped, and now look at this. Oh, look at this brutal submission. Bending his leg back to the point where it's almost touching his head. Just absolutely sickening submission maneuver here, trying to make Slade tap out. He knows the amount of energy he spent throughout his entire time here in PWR. But Slade just won't let himself tap out. As he gets out of it, now Irish whip, and whiffs on that cold-cocked forearm. And now look at this. Drops him down into a bunch of punches to the face. Watson taking advantage of the situation. And now going for yet another double leg takedown and a bunch of strikes to the face. Now what's this? Watson going up to the top. His finisher is a frog splash, but look at that Slade. Gets up, knows what's coming, and drags him down with a big arm drag from the top. One of Wayne Watson's finishers is a frog splash, and that could be all she wrote if he hits it. But Slade knew what was coming, and now he's in advantage. Looking for a moonsault, but no! Watson's legs were up. Landing hard, ribs first. Now Watson takes advantage with the roll-up pin. 2. No, Slade kicks out just barely. But Watson made the mistake of giving Slade some time to get back up. Now Slade beckoning for him to get up. Oh, look at this Luther's press, taking him down again and just repeatedly punching him in the face. This is an absolute dogfight right now. There is no animosity between these two, but these two are absolutely desperate for shots like these, for titles like the Revolution title. Now Irish whip, and goes for another Slade blade, but an impressive arm drag reversal from Wayne Watson takes out Slade. Now look at this, he's going for clutch! But no! Look at that, an arm drag reversal of his own. And a big famercer takes down Wayne Watson. Now look at this, setting up for a signature super kick. He hit it hard and he hit it well, right on the head. But no, he kicks out right before 3. And our main event of tonight continues with absolute intensity and desperation. As he's slowly getting Wayne Watson up. Now he's got him. Puts him in the corner. Now look at this, he's looking for the Canadian Destroyer, which he absolutely finishes people with, but look at that, Wayne Watson had it scouted and caught him into an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Now he's got him in a preferable position. Clutch is hit! He hit the clutch. Now he's going for the cover, his signature finisher hit, but no! Aaron Slade is still in this. Even after getting hit with the clutch, but now he misses the penalty kick, and Slade looks to take advantage. Pretty boy package pile driver, but no! Wayne gets out of it, and he turns it into another clutch. Wayne Watson, if he gets the cover right now, could be the new #1 contender, but he's not going for it. He knows how much Slade is able to kick out of everything he possibly can. So he's looking to finish it with a frog splash. He's calling for the end. And he's going for it. But no, Slade's legs were up. He turned it into a roll-up pin. He rolled up Wayne Watson, and Aaron Slade wins. Aaron Slade just got the victory. Aaron Slade, within an inch of his life, was able to pick up the second chance victory with an impressive out-of-nowhere, last-minute roll-up pin to the frog splash. And you can see the desperation throughout this entire match. You can see how much this means to Aaron Slade. Right off the beginning of the match, started with an intense sequence between these two, but it ended up with Wayne Watson getting the advantage throughout a large majority of the match until Slade got these insane out-of-nowhere reversals to everything, especially hitting this massive Slade blade. But when he went to hit another Slade blade, Wayne Watson had it scouted, and we got another sequence of impressive reversals, especially when the clutch came around and Slade reversed it there and hit a big famouser, taking down Wayne Watson. But when he thought he had it all with the Canadian Destroyer, Wayne Watson had it scouted. And when it all seemed dire and dark and bleak for Aaron Slade's situation, even when he hit the clutch twice, as you can see here with number 2, reversing the Pretty Boy Package Power Driver with his own clutch, Wayne Watson almost had Slade. But Wayne Watson's arrogance ultimately got in the way, as when he went for the finishing frog splash, it turned into a roll-up pin, and now at Firewall for the Revolution Championship, it's Heraldry versus Aaron Slade. Stay tuned. In just a few minutes, we're going to have backstage comments with Slade. Thank you for tuning in to PWR 13.
I don't know what I'm meant to see. So I'll just hold my breath and wait for gravity. We don't know what we're meant to say. So we'll just hold our breath. We don't know what we're meant to say.
Now you just wait a goddamn minute. You know, I'm sick and I'm tired of the same old shit happening to me. Every single time I get pushed to the back of the line for no reason. You know, I am an original of PWR. I should be treated with some respect around here. You know, the stuff that happened with Rosa, he should have gotten punished for it. He shouldn't have been rewarded the title shot in the first place. You know, God, it's time that I, finally get the respect I earn. And by doing that, I am demanding a PWR Revolutionary Championship match. Like, right now. I'm sick and tired of being pushed to the back of this line. I deserve this. None of you deserve this. DJ Black, don't deserve it. Oh my God. Rosa, you don't even deserve it. Nobody here in PWR deserves anything. I deserve it all. Nobody. You know what? Fuck you all. I'm done.
Whoa, Chase, what the hell was that? You can't just hijack someone else's backstage comments, and neither can you demand a title shot. That's not how we do things here. Although, even if I hate to say it, I think you're deserving of a shot. I just can't give it to you when you do stupid things like this. So here's the deal. At Firewall, I'm giving you the chances to earn it. And not only that, I'm also giving you a chance to right a wrong you've committed. Because at Firewall, you're facing Ethan Moda in a rematch, but this time it's for the Revolution Championship #1 contendership. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going home. Have a good day, Chase.
You know what? Fuck you all. I'm done.